welcome back. Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Tonight I'm doing a quick tutorial on the pink quartz, rose quartz nails that I posted on Instagram yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Who can tell? Yeah, so a few people requested a tutorial on these. They're different than what I would usually be doing because there's absolutely no dip involved. It's all polygel. It is these polygels, specifically the Tomica, whatever. If you have ever purchased nail things on Amazon or Wish or AliExpress or eBay, you've seen this brand. I saw a really good kit that they were selling on Amazon, and it came with a base coat, a top coat, all gels. It came with a brush for polygel. It came with those dual forms that you usually put, like you put the product on the inside of it, like a nail tip, and then you put it on and cure it and then pop it off. Like none of those fit me. None of them ever fit me, so I just use these guys every time I do a extension with polygel. And it's working really well. I really like this this brand. I have one other brand that I was using. I think it was called like Beyond Nail or something like that. This stuff, the Tomica, whatever it is a little bit more dense, so it's it doesn't slide around your finger the way the Beyond Nail one does. So yeah, like this isn't a dip tutorial, and it's weird for me because I never thought that I would really branch out into the different nail products because I love dip so much. But when I chopped all my nails down, I wanted to do some extensions for a few designs that I wanted, and I just didn't want to wait for them to grow back. So I thought I would mess around with the polygel, and I ended up loving it. And it comes now in so many colors that you can actually do a lot of design with it. And it's, I don't know, I really like using it because it's so easy to sculpt the structure that you want. Like, it's easy to get your apex going. It's easy to keep it thin. I don't know, I'm a big fan. So I'm thinking I might get a little bit more into gel, polygel stuff, but staying, of course, mainly with dip because I have enough dip to swim in. Like, I could fill a couple of bathtubs with the amount of dip I have. Swim in it, plus I love it. I mean, I'm always gonna go back to dip, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a ton of gel tutorials because I'm still getting into it. And I still don't quite feel design-wise that I have any right to tell anybody how to do things with gel, certainly. The polygel I am actually very comfortable using now, so I think I'm gonna do probably an updated polygel with forms tutorial because I kind of blast through them now when I have to put a new set on. It takes me like 2-3 minutes per finger to get it sculpted and cured. And I know a lot of people have asked if I like it, if I prefer it, is it better over plastic tips? And the only thing I can say is I have never used plastic tips on myself. So I don't know how it compares putting it on yourself. I have used plastic tips on other people, and they're not a big deal. I don't love them because they're not custom to your finger, of course. You have to, you know, file sides and all that kind of stuff to make sure you have a perfect fit. But with, you know, polygel and nail forms, it's like you're custom making the perfect tip for somebody's finger. So I love it. And yeah, so I did the whole design with polygel. I used a tiny bit of stamping polish just to make the veins in the quartz more prominent. But yeah, that's all I have. I just have gel, I have my lamp, I have a little bit of white stamping polish, and that's what we're going to do. I hope you guys noticed. I put makeup on today for the first time in 800 years, and why did I do that while under quarantine? I have no idea. I am so fucking bored. So now I have makeup on. Contoured contoured the shit out of my cheekbones. Yeah. I just got to the point where I had done all my laundry. I had done all the kids' laundry. I cleaned the kitchen 800 times. I cleaned the floors. I'm thinking about shampooing the carpets. I cleaned up my nail space, and I went up into the bathroom to clean the bathroom, and then I looked at my hair and I was like, oh, you know, I should, while my hair is still vibrant, I should put some makeup on to see what it looks like with makeup in case we ever make it out of the house again. So I got carried away. I ended up doing, you know, like a full beat on my face, and then I ended up like curling my hair, and I was like, oh, okay, I am gonna film an intro because I'm not gonna waste the product on actually just watching TV all night. So filming the intro, I filmed a tutorial this afternoon actually when I had a few spare minutes. So I'm going to chop this video off here. I am, not the video, the intro, because it came for a tutorial. I gotta put the tutorial in. So yeah, this is it for the intro. I am going to try to do one nail tutorial something every week, at least one. And then I think I also might get into some other stuff on this channel. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know that filming, editing, and all that kind of stuff fills up a lot of my time. And right now my head needs a task, because if you just sit and think about the state of the world and think about the way people are still treating each other, it's pretty depressing. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to start filming some stuff. If I ever capture anything that I think is interesting enough, I will edit it, I will put it up on my channel, maybe I'll make a new playlist where it's just like Tina's junk instead of nail stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for coming back. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys when I'm flipped down for the Rose Quartz tutorial. Is my camera gonna focus? It's a quarantine miracle. All right. Hey guys, okay, so I made my swatch stick a little bit longer. I did a polygel form and made it more like the shape of my nails. So I have everything set up and ready to go here. I have my slip solution for the polygel, which is just 70% rubbing alcohol. I have all of my polygel colors that I used to do this. I have white, pink, and then like a natural, more of a translucent pink so that it has a little bit more depth. And I have them open and ready to go. I have my little polygel brush. This one was just like a cheapie from Amazon, and I found with longer nails, it's harder to do proper forming and stuff when the brush is just flat. You like end up pulling against it and like bumping things. So I just took like a pair of needle nose pliers and made a bend in it so that it's easier to get down by the cuticle with it without messing up the rest of your nail. So yeah, a little bit easier. If you're finding that you're running into that while you're doing polygel, that's really helpful. Just put a crimp in it, a tiny little bend with a pair of pliers, done deal. And then for getting the design complete on these, because this was a first try for me, I did end up going in with a very, very fine nail art brush and a little bit of just white stamping polish. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be stamping polish, it can just be any white polish. But that's all I have. I don't have regular nail polish here. So I'm gonna get into it and show you how I did this. So I used mostly a base of the natural translucent pink. So I grab a little bit of that, not a ton of it, just a little, like a little ball. And I kind of globbed it around a little bit. Like I wanted it to not be even. You know, this nail is bigger than my natural nails, so I need a little bit more. And put it in different spots on every nail, because obviously Rose Quartz, it's never going to be the same. Alright, So that's good for the natural pink, I think. And then I took some of the actual pink, even less of this in total. I'm not used to working with a nail this size. This one is longer and wider than my actual fingernails. It looks pretty okay. Just like to pull it down and kind of get it where you want it when doing this sort of design with just your spatula here, so that you can go in and kind of just tweak the design with your brush and add the white highlights where you want them. So I'm done with those two colors, and that's what it's looking like so far. Can you see? Camera, please just focus. Just this once, just for me, please. All right, yeah. So it's globbed around. There's the two different pinks in there, and now I have to go in with the white. So I'm gonna just clean this off a little bit in my slip solution. So soak it a little bit, and then I just wipe it off. And then, that's the nice thing about Polygel. You have as much time as you want to mess about with design, and it's not going to harden, it's not going to dry, and it's also not going to move all over the place. So, for the white, I tried to stick it down on a section of the nail, get it stuck, and then when you pull away, it kind of creates, you can see, it's kind of like icing. Like it sort of creates these strings that you can sort of drop. Like, I don't know if anybody's done drop icing design on cakes and stuff like that, but it's kind of like that. So you want to just sort of stamp it somewhere on the nail. Let me see if I can get a bit closer and show you guys this a little bit better, because this is the part that makes it look the most realistic, I think. So I just get the tiniest bit of white on the edge of my spatula here, and I'm gonna press it into the existing and then pull it up and away and sort of drag it so that it creates those like veins like that. So I'm gonna do another tiny, just the tiniest bit over here to get rid of what I've got on my spatula, because I don't want to waste it. And I think that should be good. So now I'm going to take the other end with my Polygel brush, and I haven't been doing Polygel for super long, but I've been doing it long enough now to know a few tips and tricks. When I first started, I was using far too much slip solution on my brush. I thought you didn't really want to drag the product at all, but that's not really the case. So I dip in my slip solution, I touch to either a lint-free cloth or my puppy pad that I use on my table all the time, and then you can kind of push the product around and sort of move the design and the white bits and the pink bits where you want it to be. But ultimately the goal is to just smooth this out and sort of blend the pinks together, but try to keep that white more prominent. While also, of course, paying attention to the shape and structure of the nail that you're doing. If you have too much slip solution, things are going to get muddled and run together, and it's not going to be a good time. It's harder to do any kind of design. Plus, it doesn't cure properly then if you still have wet slip solution in your Polygel when you go to cure. So like I had a million times probably when I first started would have dipped into my slip solution at this point already. But I don't anymore. I only dip back into the slip when either I get a chunk of Polygel on my brush, or if I notice it's actually starting to move product like drag with my brush. But if your brush is a little bit drier, it's easier to move things around and smooth them out. Here, I'm touching a little bit, so I'll get a little bit, but dab it off. I'm actually intending to do an updated Polygel form tutorial soon, because since my first one where I tried it with you guys for the first time on camera, I have done like, it was before quarantine and I was doing them on a few friends. So I've done probably like 10 sets, plus like 5 or 6 on my own, plus I've done fills on myself with them, so I'm getting pretty comfortable with using Polygel, and I actually really love it. Alright, I think that's probably good for the design in just the Polygel. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to cure this. Take a look after I do a little bit of filing to smooth things out even more, and see if I do want to add any of my white stamping polish to make those veins more prominent or not, but we'll see. I'm going to cure this. Okay guys, so here is where we're at with the design. I haven't filed or buffed it or anything yet, but I think I might want to leave this one without any of the stamping polish. I like the way it's turned out with the white. I think it's prominent enough on this one, but I am going to do a quick file and a quick buff before I make that call. Yeah, so let me just get my polygels put away. Actually cleaned up my nail table this weekend because I have officially run out of things to do in my house. So I cleaned up my nail table for once, so I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. I'm usually pretty okay with my nail space because I hate sitting down to work somewhere that's messy, but like this quarantine has been really doing a number on my head. So I've been finding myself leaving things. I know everybody's been using this time to like clean their house and, you know, start a new quarantine workout, and they're gonna come out of quarantine looking like a snack, and I'm gonna come out looking like a absolute fucking mess with crazy pink hair, and my house is gonna be a wreck. Anyways, okay, gonna do a quick file, see where I'm at, and see if I wanna add anything with my stamping polish. Alright, I think I like that. I'm just gonna wipe it with alcohol real quick to see what the design looks like. Alright, let's take a look what it would look like over an actual fingernail with flesh tone underneath, and I love it. So I'm going to top coat this, cure it, and then make the final 100% can't go back on it judgment if I want to put a little bit of stamping polish veins in through here. So where is my gel top coat? So I'm just using the one that came with the Polygel kit. I'll put a link below for the kit that I bought that has all the colors that I just used, plus a base coat, a top coat. It comes with one of these in a different color. I don't love the quality of the brush that it came with. It's really pretty flimsy, but I'll link it below because it's a really nice kit for just getting started with Polygel. It has everything you need except for a lamp to do it, and I actually don't know if it has slip solution. I don't think it does, but again, you can just use rubbing alcohol. So most people have that laying around, especially now that we are all germaphobes. Cure this real quick. Well, not real quick. It's going to take 2 minutes in my lamp. So I will speed through this. Alright, it is cured and I have wiped it once. I do actually really like it. I probably, if this was on my nail, would leave it as is. but I'm going to add a little bit of the white stamping polish just because that is what I have on my nails and the picture that I put up and had a tutorial requested from, so I might as well make it as same as I can. So I just used, like I said, one of those long annoying nail art brushes. I kind of hate these brushes, but it works well for doing this in particular. So I just used my white stamping polish. I just picked a little bit up on the brush, and I found it easier to brush the polish on. That way you don't get that like weird glob at the end of your art brush that causes a very obvious blob on the beginning of your design. So, and then I just took it and tried to make it as haphazard and natural looking as possible. So this is kind of just like, can't really teach you how to do this. You just have to sort of get a feel for it. And you will after you do 1 or 2 lines. And the good part about having a gel top coat underneath what you're doing here and using nail polish, if you really screw something up or you're like, oh God, I did too much, or oh, I accidentally dripped something here, you can use just regular non-acetone nail polish remover to take this off the top and try again with your polish if you want to. Or just give up on the idea entirely, remove it and put another top coat on and just be done with the whole thing. So yeah, that is the nail. I'm gonna do another top coat on this just to seal that polish in once it's dry, and then I will take a couple pictures of the finished nail that I did for you guys and throw it at the end of this little tutorial. I hope this was helpful. I am always very open to tutorial ideas. If there's anything you guys want to see me try for the first time and screw up, I'm more than willing and happy to make an ass of myself for entertainment purposes, and it gives me something to do while I'm at home. So if you guys have any ideas, if you want me to do something, if you want me to try something, if there's a design you want to see me try to stumble my way through, I'm happy to do so. So with that, I'm going to cure this, and I will take some final pictures and put them up at the end of the video. And thank you guys so much for coming back. Thank you for requesting this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button if you want to hear when I upload a new video. I try to get at least one thing up a week. With the quarantine and being so bored and having nothing to do, I'm thinking I might do like 1 nail video a week and then just do one like random, I don't know, like this is what's happening right now, or I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel, but I'm getting a little bit bored at home, and I'm thinking I want to start filming a little bit more than just nail stuff. So definitely subscribe, let me know what you want to see, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.